Welcome back, disc golf fans, to the third and final round of the Music City Open, the second stop of your Disc Golf Pro Tour Silver Series here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Nathan Queen, again joined by Chandler Fry.
We are here at Mill Ridge Park. We have four players that are gunning for that top spot. Chris Dickerson building himself a nice little three-stroke lead. We got Adam Hammes, Nikko Locastro, and Ezra Aderhold, all right up there.
Yeah, solid card. Couple players tied for second. Decent gap after that, but still a battle for the lead and the podium. Gonna take shape here today. The wind is a little bit higher also.
Yeah, we've seen it before with Chris Dickerson being in the lead. He's a tough guy to track down. He seems to bounce back from mistakes really well. So we'll see what happens during this round.
Hole one. Yet again, just kind of a nervy hole to start on. It's caused some trouble with other players earlier on in the day. I believe the wind is a bit swirlier, going in different directions depending on what time you tee. So causing a bit more trouble today, actually playing over par. Excited to see what happens with lead card.
Yeah, and Chris Dickerson first up to the tee pad. Tennessee native from Gray, Tennessee, averaging just under 1060 for the first two rounds, one bogey per round, so he's playing pretty clean out here on a course that's very hard to navigate. Looks like he's going down the middle.
You see those flags on the back left. It looks like we've got a right to left wind right now.
And that is too low. He'll give himself a nice circle two look, which is not what you want on this green.
Yeah, if you just catch a little bit of metal, very possible to roll OB.
And Adam Hammes, currently 1041 rated from Minocqua, Wisconsin. I believe I pronounced that right. Going the standstill knee sidearm. I love it.
Yeah, this low left line, those branches really come into play. This is really an upshot of a hole. I do like this.
It looks a little left. If that gets a good skip, though, it'll be right there by the basket. Kind of a scary putt.
Yeah, played it well. Probably pulled it a little bit further left than he wanted to, but he's inside the circle.
Nikola Castro from St. Louis, Missouri, currently 12th in the world rankings. He is no stranger to being on the lead card. He has a lot of elite wins, the most recent coming in Waco last year. If you remember hole 17, that big putt he made over Kale LaVisca. Fantastic player. I'm looking forward to watching him play today and see what he can do.
Looks like he's looking down the middle gap here.
I like the height on this. This has to slow down.
And just enough touch to stop right before that OB line. It looks like he is going to stay in bounds. He'll be inside the circle and have one of the safer putts so far.
And Ezra Aderhold from Team Discraft from Aberdeen, South Dakota. He's only been playing tournaments since 2019. He's already racked up a few top-level wins, but he's not always, but he's had a lot of great finishes in the last couple years.
And this needs to hurry back to the right. If that wind is still that right to left, it's close, but it does make it in bounds. He's also going to have a circle one look, but pretty scary look.
So even though all four of these drives have found the inbounds, not one is easy. These are all pretty testy shots.
See, Chris has a nice lofty float type of putt that he uses from circle two pretty often. See if he's able to float that in here. Oh, and just a bit right side. Looks like it did sit down though. Should be able to card a par.
That was a good safe run from Chris, because if he doesn't connect with the basket, he's still going to stay near the basket. Good pickup from Ezra there with that lake right behind him. Good commitment. Good sign on the first hole.
Yeah, Nikko not quite as scary, but still a bit further uphill now, so he's got to make sure he gets the height on it. Not an issue.
Not at all. And if you've been watching Nikko for a few years, you've noticed he's changed putting styles a couple times. And right now he's going with that spin putt. He used to be a straddle push putter. So it's kind of cool to see him switch up his game and to see it work.
Yeah, we saw Adam Hammes jump out last year and start making tons of big putts. Or even 2 years ago, back the last time we were at W.R. Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
We watched the videos of him just draining everything, so we already know he's a good putter.
Yeah, and having those 2 wins last year at a Masters Cup and the MVP Open, like, the guy is good.
So hole 1, 3 birdies and Chris's par. He was the only one in circle 2, so makes the most sense here, but Card played it well compared to the rest of the field today.
Yeah, on to hole 2. A pretty open hole, but you have to be precise on the landing. There's a couple spots you want to land, either between those 2 trees that you can see on the left of the screen, or if you want to go past those trees into that opening where the drone is flying right here, it'll be a little easier to navigate through the trees towards the green. If you get through these trees right here, you should have a chance for a birdie.
Yeah, I think this hole probably played a bit easier today than the other 2. You have a tailwind off of the tee, maybe a little bit of right to left in that as well. So really a good shot for these power right-handed backhand players to get out past that first clump and have a 320-foot shot into the green.
And Adam pulling out his trusty Z Force. He loves this disc. He has a few in his bag. And that found those trees you want to get either to the right or left of, and he'll have a very pinch position.
Yeah, he's fortunate to get that bounce out and not be inside of that, but still not in a good spot.
And Nikko looking to go big flex. He's always had good distance.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's always big flexing.
He's always big flexing.
But this is his preferred distance shot, that overstable distance driver flex. If he gets inside of that and through that gap, he is going to have under 300 feet. That's an incredible shot. That's so far
beautiful
off of that tee, and to hit that gap so late.
Yeah, speaking of distance, this guy has it. Absolute launch from Ezra. I think he's going to the right side. Yeah, he's going past all the trees.
Oh, my goodness.
And he's making this whole look, or at least the drive, look easy.
Yeah, that's...
There's not much to say about that, yeah.
That's probably about as close as Nikko, but he is more level with the pin. Going to be a shorter distance as far as how much power you have to put on it to get to the pin.
This looks pretty good. Chris going the same route as Ezra, not as far, but he'll have a nice sidearm to the basket.
Yeah, not as far as Ezra's, but still farther than his shot yesterday, where he was able to card the birdie, so he is in good position.
This is not the preferred second shot that you want on this hole. He's going kneeler sidearm roller to the left side.
Does not look like he's going to have the preferred third shot you want either.
And this is the same shot we've seen Dickerson throw the first 2 rounds. So we see if he can dial it in and get towards the green.
Oh, and he hits the cage. I almost called for that to go in.
That was inches from an eagle. That was a beautiful shot from Chris. He's loving it. Card's loving it. And Nikko looking to do the same thing as Chris, just with the backhand.
Keep going. Yeah, going up that left side.
That's not too bad, a little short.
Yeah, gets up inside the circle, but probably wanted to be a bit closer.
Look how close Ezra is. It's wild.
Yeah, this is...
He might be throwing a zone.
I don't know, 220 feet maybe?
Oh, misrelease.
And just too close to commit.
Yeah. There might be some nerves on that throw. He hasn't been on many lead cards this year yet, so he might just be getting back into the flow of things. But he's a very clutch player when he needs to be.
Nice shot there from Adam. He was able to stretch out from that bush he was in, get up and down, going to be able to card that par. Ezra did get a nice little roll out and is going to have a chance for a long birdie look.
Yeah, I love his jump putt. It's very compact, very precise. And it's always the exact same. Let's knock it down. Oh, kind of ramps off the top of the basket, and he'll give himself a nervy comeback putt with that wind.
Oh, and you called it. Gave him a bit of trouble there on the comebacker. He is going to end up with that bogey at best now.
Yeah, after having that drive. That is a brutal finish on this hole. And Nikko lining it up. Beautiful looking putt right in the center.
Yeah, birdie to start.
I got to compliment his fashion choice this round. I like the yellow acid wash polo with the yellow Under Armour underneath. Looks good.
Does look nice.
Unfortunate bogey for Ezra there.
Chris just going to tap in his birdie, making it look even easier than the days before. Almost throwing it in for an eagle.
And getting that stroke back on Adam that he lost on hole 1. So, like I said, the guy always bounces back. Even though he has some struggles, he battles. So, unfortunate bogey from Ezra, 2 birdies. I think the lead card averaged right around what the whole average for the entire field.
Yeah, just barely under par, 3.92. Bringing us into hole 3, 723 feet. More of a tail right to left wind today. Going to be good to push some of those hyzers a bit farther down the fairway.
Yeah, the main shot on this one is the approach. There's not much demanded on the tee shot. Just throw it out there into the open, and then give yourself hopefully a look at the green. But even if you get towards that green, you could have 15, 20, 25 feet of no putt. So you got to dial up that accuracy and precision on the second shot on this hole. And this looks perfect. There's nothing wrong with this. You could use a little bit more distance, but as far as positioning, he's fine.
Yeah, he's out there in the open, kind of on that upslope. It's not too steep, so it doesn't come into play too much, but about 15 feet further, and you could get a flat lie.
Yeah. Just kind of hoping to see Chris go left side on this one again. There was a decent wind today on this hole for that turnover shot to the left.
And this looks to be in that little bit further.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's up there on the flat. He'll have a good angle. He may be able to choose out and around that tree line in front of him instead of over. With the wind being higher today, going up always brings that wind more into play.
Absolutely. Adam going high hyzer. Trying to use that wind to push the disc left. And he got some good distance on it. He's gonna be right between Nikko and Chris. Solid shot from Adam there.
Hey, look, a fourth righty hyzer.
Hey, crazy, right? No, this has some good height, good distance. Yep, right on that top shelf, right in the flat. He'll have a solid footing for.
Yeah, and it looks like he's the farthest left as well, so he has the option to keep it a little lower, maybe.
Yeah, or perhaps throw a backhand flex or something instead of the sidearm hyzer. And Nikko, not known for his sidearm, but the dude has a world-class sidearm.
Yeah, he got a good amount of power on that and got some turn to make sure it didn't go into the tree line on the right. He'll have an open circle too, look.
Yeah, speaking of world-class sidearms, this guy has it.
Yeah, this looks nice.
Oh, kind of right in that mud right there.
Yeah, it did come up a bit shorter than I was thinking, but it looks like he also has a fairly open look. Might have a couple of branches in the way.
Ezra electing to go with the sidearm on this one. Puts a little flex on it. Too much flex on it. He will find himself in the out of bounds.
Oh, wow. Yeah, after he kind of under-rotated or under-forced that upshot on hole 2, he over-forces this one.
Yeah. I like the height on this shot.
And that's the closest I think we've seen so far.
That's really good. And Ezra from a good distance, just looking to get close to the basket. Yeah, kind of struggling from out of the start. I mean, he got the birdie on hole 1, but he's going to have back-to-back bogeys on this hole. I mean, on this last 2 holes.
So Adam a little bit more behind that tree.
Ooh!
But doesn't matter.
That's a big putt right there.
Yeah, big circle 2 putt.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about Adam is that he's a very, once he gets going, he doesn't really stop. If he's feeling that putt, there's a likely chance that those putts are going to keep on going in. Same with Nikko, honestly. Yep.
Here we go.
He's loving it.
Oh, man, this is shaping up to be a fun round to watch so far.
I think we got a barn burner coming on.
Got a cage hit, some circle 2 putts.
I love it. Yeah, that's kind of similar, not as far, but to that Waco putt on hole 17. Just that little flex, floaty putt right into the bucket. Beautiful shot from Nikko.
Chris thinking he might get a stroke.
Nope.
Not today, but doesn't make him nervous at all. He knows he's got some already.
Yep.
And has the talent to keep him there.
Yeah, and Ezra losing 2 strokes to the card on that hole. That's got to hurt.
Yeah, that hole actually did average over par, so lead card showing you why they're there today.
Oh, yeah. 3 birdies on that hole. That is quite impressive. And that brings us on to hole 4. I would guess our favorite hole in the course, just because it requires 2 precise shots to get that birdie. You have the tree line on the right that if you go into, you will not have a good time. You have the OB line on the left. You want to get as close to the tree line, but not in it, to have access to this gap to the basket that's all the way down here, with trees right, left, above, below, past, and OB past as well, the basket. Tough birdie, good hole. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, this hole averaging over par all 3 days.
Yeah, the main mistake off the tee pad is getting that drive a little bit too far left where you don't have a straight shot into that gap. You'll find yourself pinched.
Overstable disc flex shot that Nikko likes to throw. He gets it off good again here. He's going to be a little bit pinched off to the left. Yeah, you could see him there saying he wanted a little more angle on it, but pretty good tee shot.
This is the tee shot that I like, that pushing towards that tree line and then having it land and skip straight at the gap. And this is still a little pinched as well.
Yeah, I think he stayed a little further back, though, and might have a bit of a better angle.
Yeah. This is also a great play, that sidearm that pushes towards the trees. Nice and low, pops up a little flat. Man.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, he is in that mud right there, though. Actually, it just rolled out of the mud, so...
Where's it going?
What's it doing there? Dang, that is the slowest roll I've seen so far.
Yeah, this incline is not that steep. Usually when they're rolling that slow, they'll fall over. But pretty good spot there.
Yeah. As we're going 50% off the tee pad. Oh, if that gets through...
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's the trouble. If you throw it too far, you will find those bushes.
He fought back out and then fought back in again.
Yep.
He's going to be in a pretty tough spot.
Oh, man. Well, that's pretty solid. Good tree kick at the very end there.
Yeah, that was moving left pretty quickly. Going to challenge that OB, but gets a nice kick. Now he's inside 25 feet maybe.
Nothing wrong with that. I think it might have had a chance to find itself OB, but that's fine.
I think it was going to be safe, but nice play from Ezra there. Not trying to go for too much. Just get out to set up his par. Needs to stop the bleeding at this point. Oh.
What?
So Nikko wasn't...
What?
Oh, my goodness. Nikko wasn't pinched off.
He just went over everything through all the trees.
That didn't even look like it hit anything coming down.
Okay. If you try that 10 more times, you're hitting trees 10 more times.
Is Adam going to throw it in now? This card is on fire.
Like, if Nikko connected with any of those branches up there, he is most likely out of bounds. That was a wild shot that worked out so well. I'm amazed. That blew my mind. The camera guy didn't even know what to do. He was just looking straight down the fairway.
So 4.24 average on this hole today. Adam Hammis, your first birdie on this card.
Wow. I'm a little shook by that shot from Nikko. That was amazing. But moving on, we got Chris for the birdie as well.
Chris, your second birdie on this card.
These guys are good. Ezra to get that par.
Yeah, this would be a good par save after being in those woods.
Yeah.
Tough to make that decision to not get too aggressive, but he does so well.
Look how close Nikko is.
Only 17% of the field got the birdie. Out of about 110 players, that's 20 or so.
Wow.
And it's looking like we might have 3 of those here on the same card.
That's amazing. A lot of skill and a little bit of luck on that shot for Nikko. Yeah, it's an unbelievable thing to me to choose to throw that shot in the tournament in the final round and then to execute it so well and for it to work out like that. That's just, I mean, he's no stranger to playing in tournaments. The guy's played like 450 plus tournaments in his career, has over 100 wins, I think like 123 wins. The guy knows what he's doing, but it takes a lot of confidence to make a shot like that work.
Yeah, that's fun stuff to watch. Adam Hammes with a very nice touch sidearm as well. Looking forward to continuing to watch these guys shred this round.
We're Made First. We create immersive and tangible experiences that elevate your brand and engage audiences. Whatever you visualize, we bring it to life through design and fabrication in our Los Angeles and Nashville facilities. Our artists and craftsmen create everything from stage and set designs to retail environments, trade show displays, and large-scale props. Welcome to Made First. Let's build the impossible together.
On to hole 5. One of the easier choices you have off the tee on this course. Either go right or you go left. Just make sure you don't go out of bounds long past the basket or don't hit the one tree in the middle.
Yeah, that's about it here. Like I was saying on hole 1, the wind's a bit swirlier. You're out in kind of a corner out here, and it's hard to tell what's going on with the wind. So that's the main play on this hole, is making sure you understand what the wind is going to do.
I did hear plans that they had originally for this hole to go over the creek into that clearing that you can see past the basket, but the city said no. Good looking shot from Nikko there.
Yeah, if we could go past that creek, that'd be a pretty neat shot, I think.
Yeah. And I will mention it. On this hole, Nikko was given a warning for excessive time used on that drive by the marshal. So, just a heads up.
A warning has been issued.
Yeah. Sometimes makes for a somewhat weird vibe on the card. These guys are all professionals, though, so I'm sure they handled it well.
Yeah, I think it helps that it wasn't anybody playing on the card. That is a big difference. It makes it where it doesn't feel like you are attacking somebody else.
Yeah.
If it's outside of the card that the decision or that the warning is thrown.
Yeah, there's nothing personal about it, yeah. Ezra going super high and leaking a little left, staying in bounds. He'll probably be circle's edge to a short circle, too. Yep. Good pickup from Ezra.
Yeah, got the par to stop the bleeding on the last hole. Gonna get the birdie now to get back to even on the round. So getting set here.
Yep.
Trying to get that hot round going, keep him in this top 5.
Yeah, a bit of a rocky start, but he's pulling back. And Dickerson with about a 20-footer for birdie. That'll do it. And did this remain the easiest hole in the course?
Almost. It missed by 0.01.
Oh, man.
It averaged 2.44 today, the second easiest hole on the course. Hole 6, the next hole, averaged a 2.43.
That's surprising. This hole should be easier than hole 6.
You are correct. But they played pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I don't even know with that many players how you come up with a 0.01 difference in a hole.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
But 4 birdies here, as you would expect from the easiest hole on the course throughout the weekend.
Yeah, the first star frame of the round for the lead card. Which brings us on to hole 6, one of the weirder greens on the course. You have a gap to the left that you're going to see a majority of players take either with a sidearm or Anheuser backhand. There's also, depending on the wind, a high right gap that you can hit, but you kind of have to come backwards at the end of that flight to get it. Or if you're feeling crazy, just chuck it as hard as you can at the trees and hope it gets through.
Yeah, throughout the weekend, I've actually seen quite a few people just throw a hyzer towards the trees and just see what happens, and quite a few have gotten through.
Yeah. Wouldn't say that makes for the best hole, but I mean, there is a gap that you have to hit, and if you hit it, you'll be rewarded with the birdie putt, so that's all you got to do.
Yeah, that came out a little too fast from Nikko. He's pushed past the gap. He'll still have a look for the birdie, though.
Chris going with the same line, perhaps a little higher. A little bit more angle on it.
Yeah, this looks great. But just catches those first trees right before the gap you want to hit. Still right there at circle's edge or so, just inside.
Yeah, I think on this hole, as long as you have a birdie putt that's somewhat unobstructed, you'll be pretty happy. And Adam getting right in there. Probably about 20, 25 feet from the basket, if not shorter. So yeah, 4 players, 4 sidearms.
This is a little early, but it sneaks on through there, and he's going to have the closest putt, it seems like.
If it works, it works, you know. Take it. Nikko, pretty tricky looking putt. Doesn't put the height that it needs on that. It'll come up short.
Yeah, lots of little trees there.
Yep.
Hard to tell how clean that line he had really was.
Little high, little right. Basket did not catch. It's not necessarily a spit out, but maybe like a 70%, 30% bad luck situation there.
And Ezra getting back under par now.
Very nice.
Yeah, correcting his round pretty well after a couple early mistakes.
And Adam, the closest at about 20 feet. And Adam is lighting it up right now. He is absolutely shredding. Like I said before, when he gets going, it's like a freight train. It's hard to stop him.
Yeah, just missing hole 2 so far, where he was out of position off of the tee shot.
Yeah.
So still played it as good as he could have.
So 5 down through the first 6 holes. He is putting the pressure on Chris, and Chris is feeling it. Yeah, his lead only down to 2 strokes. And that's not a lot out here.
Yeah, Nikko's out there killing it also. That was his first par of the round. Brings us to hole 7. Very difficult par 4, 829 feet. I imagine we'll see 4 big, high turnover shots from these players trying to get across this creek and over to this side of the fairway where they can throw a fairway driver or maybe a mid-range into this protected green that's also blind. If it's a difficult shot to hit at the distance right because it's tucked in by, just to the left of this bush you see. And we saw some players get into that bush yesterday trying to push their disc far enough.
Yeah, that is the main mistake on this hole, just not being able to see the basket. You think you're throwing a good shot, but it's just a little bit too far. Adam going huge tower shot over the trees.
This is just so impressive to me. Those trees are so tall, that far down the fairway. They're going over top of 60-foot tall trees, 380 feet away.
If Adam's shot flexed out, that was a huge, same as Ezra's shot right here. It looks like it's
that one
not
looks
getting the turn.
a bit too turned.
Is he out of bounds?
What a kick if that's not out of bounds. That hit those trees on the right side.
There we go.
And looks like it came back in bounds.
There we go, Ez. And here we have the PDGA Male of the Year in 2009, 2010, and 2011. So this guy's been grinding for a long time. He has all the shots in his bag. Let's see if this has the turn necessary.
This looks a little low.
Hits it, contacts with the tree, but keeps moving.
Yeah, sneaks on through there. He's going to be in a good position about 400 feet or so away.
Yeah, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. So 3 shots and 2 okay ones, and I think Adams is absolutely bombed. And Chris...
This is turning a little quickly as well. But punches through and is inbounds.
He'll have a run-up. He'll have a stance. He'll have a chance for a birdie on this hole.
So... lucky number 7 is in play here today. These trees, like the players, say you can have inbounds. That's cool with me.
Looks like Ezra was closer than a meter to the OB. So, and that is too flat. Has the right power on it, I'd say, but just too flat and too long.
Wow, that is way out there.
Yeah. And Nikko in a pretty good spot. We still haven't seen where Adam's disc landed. If it's past Nikko's, it's got to be pretty good.
Yeah, his looked like it was going towards 8's tee over there. And like I was talking about with that distance, making sure you get in front of this bush here, these bushes. Nikko's pushed it a bit long.
Adam is so far off the tee pad. He's like almost...
This is where I threw a couple of my second shots to.
But still, he pushes it a little bit long, a little bit too straight, doesn't have the turn necessary, and he finds those thorny bushes. So he might have a putt, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Chris coming up a little short. And that's a fantastic little sidearm flex shot to the basket. Yeah, Chris might be one of the better touchy zone throwers in the game right now. Oh, I like this.
And Ezra right behind that bush, pulling out some tricks and using them well.
Yeah. Nikko with kind of a line. He can choose to run this.
Yeah, there's a little window there, but there's also some little branches you probably can't see. Oh, my goodness.
Great effort from Nikko. So
Almost
close.
gets it. Adam does have a chance here.
I feel like we saw you. Oh, what a good putt.
Oh, no problem.
I feel like we saw you in that similar stance like 10 times in the second round.
So just like the first 2 days, not many birdies here. The first day there were 4. The second day there were 5. We're back to 4 birdies now. Adam Hammis, Lori Leitonen, Noah Meitzma, and Logan Bowers. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I didn't look that up beforehand.
13 birdies total on this hole. That is, for a total of about 330 plays on it. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, incredibly difficult hole. Happy to see a couple birdies here on our coverage.
Yeah, decent par pickup from Ezra. He did have a standstill second shot, so that's going to make it hard for him to really try to get to that basket, even though he threw past the basket. The guy has next level power. So yeah, 3 pars, 1 birdie, kind of playing pretty well actually. It's unusual not to see at least 1 bogey on that hole.
Yeah, I'm still surprised that with all the drives we saw get over that creek that we didn't get more birdies than that.
Yeah.
But difficult second shot brings us into hole 8. Probably the easiest par 4 on the course, 557 feet. Get a 280 or 300 foot sidearm, straight righty backhand out, then you'll have a similar 300 foot righty sidearm or straight righty backhand into the pin. There's a big play over top that we saw Garrett do yesterday and get pin height. That makes your upshot a bit easier, but overall, pretty simple 300 birdie.
Yep. And this is all you want to do. Throw something stable, have it skip towards that creek. I think that'll be fine. And it's worth noting that right now, Larry Lettinen is currently lighting up the course. He is getting birdie after birdie after birdie. Ezra going big over the top. Depending on the stability of that is fantastic. That's great. Nothing wrong with that. He'll have an easy approach to the basket.
Yeah, he's probably inside 200 feet there.
Yeah.
Nikko looks like he's lining up over the top as well.
And you'll see that Mando right there, just past Nikko. That was put there so players do not go Spikeheiser over everything.
And this is panning out nicely. He's going to be about the same distance as Ezra, just a bit further to the left.
That shot makes this hole too easy.
The way these guys are playing or throwing that shot so well makes it look too easy. That is a difficult shot to execute.
It absolutely is. And Chris likely going with either a force or a raptor towards the basket. He needs a skip, which he gets, and a roll right to the bucket. Bullseye.
Yeah, forehand. He was a little shorter than he wanted off of the tee. It looks like Adam might be as well.
And Adam is going Z-force at the bucket.
Yeah, has to put so much angle on that to get around that tree. And gets on up there inside the circle.
Yep, about 20 feet. Yeah, Nikko was just a standstill. Little putt and approach disc. I'd take that. Any day.
Yeah, we're seeing what I expect to see here. 4 birdies.
There we go. Did this hole, was this in top 5 easiest holes on the course?
Yeah, I believe every day it was right around 3 or 4.
Yeah.
The 3rd or 4th easiest.
Makes sense. There we go. Nice pickup from Ezra being the farthest in the basket at about 20 feet. And Adam closer than it looked on the camera. There we go. So yeah, continuing to light it up. 7 down through the first 8 holes. He's just telling Chris right now, hey, I'm here to play. If you want to win this thing, you got to go. Which Chris is doing right now.
Yeah.
Nikko too. Shredding.
Yeah, Nikko's only missed 1 hole to this point, along with Adam.
Yeah. Yeah, so far we're seeing this card with Ezra kind of having a few missteps in there, but this card is absolutely lighting this course up.
Surprisingly, only 36% of the field getting the birdie here. I guess that still is a pretty high number.
Yeah, a lot of pars coming out. Just
a lot of pars. 57%, only 7% with bogey.
Yeah, it's
nobody took higher than a single bogey.
Somewhat difficult hole to bogey, honestly. On to hole 9. Pretty tough hole. There's that gap way up there that you want to access. If you want to have a clear look at the basket, you want to push the OB that lines the left side and then opens up towards that gap as far left as possible, and then give yourself a shot towards the basket. The mistake we've been seeing is coming up short behind these trees on the left that the drone is flying over and forcing you to throw a high flex anhyzer towards the basket. You can't see it. There's trees everywhere. There's bushes and thorns. It's a tough approach, tough drive. It's a good birdie to get.
I'm excited to watch Chris do it again. I feel like that's his play now. He's going to do it on purpose.
I feel like he's been getting closer every round.
Adam with plenty of power. This needs to dig, though. If this gets a big flare, it's going to be too far left.
He leaks slightly out of bounds there. That was a decent-looking shot. You really want to push that side. If that had checked up or maybe skipped a little different, that might have been the perfect drive, but he will find himself out of bounds.
Yeah, he'll be in a good position, though, to still be able to save a par from there. He's in about the spot you want to land once he'll take his inbounds.
This looks pretty solid. He's not as far left as he wants to get, but he'll have a second shot. This looks like it has some good flex on it.
As long as it's got the distance, this is going to be good.
It barely is.
And just gets inbounds.
Crowd loves it.
Yeah, I know if I had my nose up like that, it wouldn't go far enough.
So like every round so far, Chris has been putting this way far right. So I'm starting to think that is kind of his play.
Yeah, I think he's doing it on purpose. He doesn't want to mess with that OB at all.
Yeah.
Part of the reason, most likely, why he's only had 2 bogeys to this point on the weekend.
Fair. Nikko putting some out there super overstable on an anhyzer that is flexing out.
With how much anhyzer he put on that, I can't believe that came in to the left of the basket.
Yeah, Nikko is famous for throwing insanely overstable discs. And Adam throwing his third shot after finding the OB.
Yeah, should be in a pretty good position here. And this looks great, but it might be going a bit long.
Yep, he'll be in the same realm as Nikko, about 45 feet. And Ezra with probably one of the better shots that we saw in this hole off the tee pad. If that hooks up, that is so good.
Yeah, electing to go with what looks to be a zone there.
Yeah.
And absolutely parks it. Incredible shot. Gonna have a pretty easy 3 look.
And Chris from the same spot as the first 2 rounds, throwing the same second shot.
Are you...
He pushes it a little far into the trees. It maybe makes contact with one
trees?
little branch. Yeah, what trees? And he is actually the closest that we've seen him on this hole, which is quite impressive. And a little lucky, but you know what? Chris is feeling it. The course is feeling it. Give it to him.
Yeah, he's got an opportunity to go 3 for 3 on one of the hardest holes on the course this weekend now.
That is very impressive. And Adam not connecting with that par putt. He will get his first bogey of the round. I love that putt.
Yeah, Nikko keeping it going. Is he 8 down through 9?
He is, I believe, either 7 or 8 down through 9. His passion is second to none. Like, when he makes a putt, he is just watch him right now. Just the fist pumps. He is just like...
It's great to see someone who's been playing for so long still enjoy making those putts and making those great shots so much.
Yeah, he's definitely a very in-the-moment player. He reacts in the moment. And sometimes it's a bit much for a lot of people, but it's very passionate, and I can appreciate that.
Chris Dickerson able to take a 9 on the weekend on hole 9. Birdie, birdie, birdie.
Wonder if any players got a 9 on this hole. Possibly. Look that up for us.
There were no 9s today. There was 1 7.
That's pretty close.
I won't check the other rounds. I feel like it's too possible.
Great birdie from Ezra there, making it look easy. So 3 birdies in a...
Just incredible as this hole plays 4.39. We saw some shredding on this front 9. We've got a final 9 to go.
Yeah, Adam and Nikko just going off, and Chris holding steady and keeping them at bay. It's going to be a fun back 9.
Yeah, can't wait to see you guys there.